If there's one whisper that has echoed for years through interviews, comment sections, and closed-door conversations, it's that Tina Knowles is the true darkness lurking inside the Knowles dynasty. And when people call her evil, they aren't speaking casually. They're describing a woman they believe is calculated, domineering, and cold to the core. Someone whose alleged narcissism and iron-fisted control have quietly shaped everything from behind the curtain, leaving a trail of fear, resentment, and unanswered questions in her wake.
And Celestine had a color issue. So this is what she said. Coming back to my apartment to tell me that I had made the right decision, she told me that it was just as well. And this is a direct quote. Ashley is talented, but she is so big. She towers over the other girls, and she is too dark and ugly.
You want to know who allegedly has front row seats to all that darkness? Her two former husbands, Matthew Knowles and Richard Lawson, her own daughter Solange, every woman who ever stood inside Destiny's Child, and just about anyone who's ever moved close enough to feel her presence. Baby, the stories are endless, the glances loaded, the silence louder than any confession. But let's begin with the favoritism that everyone pretends not to notice. The way she treats Beyoncé like she's the only child who exists. Music, I mean seriously, does Solange disappear when the spotlight turns on, or is she just expected to smile while standing in her sister's shadow?
Hey man, are you saying Tina Jay-Z?
I'm saying it's all in the family.
What?
That's why we treat Solange so terrible. Because Solange ain't going for it. She's the real talent. She's the one with real integrity.
Wait a
And
minute.
the way she's been treated, it's disgusting.
Allegedly, Tina has long been the silent spark behind the tension between Beyoncé and Solange because she never truly disguises who holds her heart. People claim she favors Beyoncé openly, and that quiet imbalance has fueled years of unspoken resentment. The tension reportedly exploded during Beyoncé's work on Renaissance, when an insider told Media Takeout there was clear distance between the sisters. The source admitted it felt strange that Solange wasn't involved in the album at all, especially since the sound seemed perfectly aligned with her artistry. Even more noticeable, they said, was the absence of a single tweet or Instagram post from Solange celebrating Renaissance. According to the insider, it felt unusual for her not to publicly support Beyoncé, particularly when this album was such a bold creative risk that required unified backing to dominate the charts. While the source clarified they had no direct proof of a rift, they confessed to hearing troubling whispers about the sisters' relationship. Music, they insisted something deeper was unfolding behind the scenes. Meanwhile, rumors suggested the real reason Solange stayed silent was exhaustion, years of being nudged by Tina to elevate Beyoncé's career while receiving minimal acknowledgement herself. And the sting only deepened when, during a Grammy speech last year, Beyoncé thanked nearly every family member except Solange, leaving fans wondering if that omission spoke louder than any headline ever could.
I want to thank God for protecting me. Thank you, God. I'd like to thank my Uncle Johnny, who's not here, but he's here in spirit. I'd like to thank my parents, my father, my mother, for loving me and pushing me. I'd like to thank my beautiful husband, my beautiful 3 children who are at home watching. I'd like to thank the queer community for your love and for inventing this genre. God bless you. Thank you so much to the Grammy.
Allegedly, Tina has long been the silent spark behind the tension between Beyoncé and Solange because she never truly disguises who holds her heart. People claim she favors Beyoncé openly, and that quiet imbalance has fueled years of unspoken resentment. The tension reportedly exploded during Beyoncé's work on Renaissance, when an insider told Media Takeout there was clear distance between the sisters. The source admitted it felt strange that Solange wasn't involved in the album at all, especially since the sound seemed perfectly aligned with her artistry. Even more noticeable, they said, was the absence of a single tweet or Instagram post from Solange celebrating Renaissance. According to the insider, it felt unusual for her not to publicly support Beyoncé, particularly when this album was such a bold creative risk that required unified backing to dominate the charts. While the source clarified they had no direct proof of a rift, they confessed to hearing troubling whispers about the sisters' relationship. Music, they insisted something deeper was unfolding behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Rumors suggested the real reason Solange stayed silent was exhaustion, years of being nudged by Tina to elevate Beyoncé's career while receiving minimal acknowledgement herself. And the sting only deepened when, during a Grammy speech last year, Beyoncé thanked nearly every family member except Solange, leaving fans wondering if that omission spoke louder than any headline ever could.
I envisioned the type of man I wanted. I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope with
57 for years. The narrative swirling around Tina claimed her marriage to Richard was never about love, but retaliation, a carefully staged move to wound Matthew. And once the revenge served its purpose, she walked away without hesitation. As for her first husband, Matthew, their world officially cracked in 2009 when it exploded into public view that he had fathered a child with Alexandra Wright, turning private betrayal into headline scandal. Tina initially filed for divorce in 2010, withdrew it, then returned the following year, citing irreconcilable differences and clashing personalities that made reconciliation impossible. But everyone knew the truth ran deeper than paperwork, because Matthew wasn't just involved with Alexandra. Whispers suggested there were other women, other secrets. And it only spiraled into chaos once a baby was born and the story could no longer be buried behind closed doors.
Let me tell you something about taking a picture crying next to a garbage dump. That is the most dramatic thing ever. But I see, even though you're in such a way, you can still get your nails done, dead girl. And Jacoya was pregnant at the same time as Alexandra Wright. And this is all on it's a blurred line as to whether he was actually divorced from Tina or going through divorce. Whatever it is, it's really sloppy. I wonder what Solange says. You know what I mean? Because now that we know a bit about Solange, I wonder whether she windmilled him.
Rumors have circulated that Matthew never publicly embraced the children born outside his marriage because Tina allegedly forbade it, drawing a hard line that could not be crossed. Some even claim she made sure Beyoncé and Solange kept their distance from their half-siblings, sealing off any bond before it could ever form. Beyond the child with Alexandra, another name that surfaced was Koi, born to Jacoya. Jacoya was a dancer when she met Matthew, and she later revealed that during their affair he treated her like she was his entire world. Music, but the fairy tale reportedly shattered the moment she told him she was pregnant with Koi, because that's when he walked away without looking back. And in a pattern that felt painfully familiar, Matthew denied paternity, just as he had done before, leaving another mother and child fighting for acknowledgement in the shadows.
You told Matthew Knowles that you were pregnant with his child. How did he react?
Very much. Well, you can't get pregnant by me. It can't be my child. Can't deny it once DNA test comes out 99.9% that you are the father.
All single ladies, all.
Sources have whispered that Tina ensured the women linked to Matthew endured hardship alongside their children, almost as if suffering was part of the punishment. Honestly, it's not as though Matthew lacked the means to support the kids he fathered outside his marriage. Music, but when firm directives were allegedly handed down to let them struggle, he supposedly followed through without resistance. And let's be clear, this isn't painting Matthew as innocent. If anything, many believe he is equally, if not more, ruthless than Tina, and history has shown flashes of that darkness. Still, rumors claimed Tina tolerated Matthew's infidelity because she had her own secrets. In fact, David Lee Brewer, Beyoncé's childhood vocal coach, detailed explosive claims in his tell-all Beyoncé, Raising Genius, a teacher and his prodigy, describing Matthew's alleged spiral and an affair between Tina and Richard Lawson. He wrote that Matthew had progressed to harder substances and erratic behavior, suggesting even Coca-Cola no longer satisfied him and that he turned to crack. He also alleged that Tina, unhappily married, wasn't alone in her loneliness. Brewer recounted walking into the main house one afternoon and catching Celeste Stein kissing Richard Lawson, a well-known actor. Shocked, Celeste Stein introduced them awkwardly when she was supposedly at her salon. Brewer shook Richard's hand, complimenting his work, masking the tension in the room. And if that sounds messy, the drama only deepens with Destiny's Child. Allegedly, Tina was the force behind several troubling moments involving former members, including Farrah Franklin. When the group parted ways with Farrah, Matthew told MTV it was because she missed multiple shows, bluntly stating that failing to show up for work gets anyone fired, whether on a production line or a stage. He repeated that stance in later interviews, standing firmly by the decision.
Farrah didn't show up, didn't call us, didn't let us know. Then we left Seattle to go to Los Angeles to take a nonstop flight to Sydney, Australia. So we haven't heard from Farrah. We get to LAX. We continue to call her. Finally, she got on the phone. So that part was absolutely correct. And then at that point, she said Well,
according to Farrah, that polished explanation was far from the truth. She stepped forward determined to reclaim the narrative, sharing her version of events and accusing the entire family of twisting the story to protect their image. In her telling, the truth had been buried under carefully crafted statements, and she didn't hesitate to call them out publicly. She even took aim at Beyoncé, insisting that by echoing her father's words, she was helping uphold a version of events that Farrah claims was deeply misleading, branding them all as dishonest in the process.
That's not true. I've never missed a show, ever, or I would have got kicked out the group. You know how much I was getting paid to do a show, and that's the best part of my day? I'm not missing any shows. But when I leave the group, they weren't honest with people and said that I left. They were trying to give themselves more time to clear the air or whatever, but I've never missed a show, ever. And like I said, if I would have missed a group, then they would have kicked me out. So you can't say I'm missing shows if I'm no longer a part of the group anymore. That's a lie.
But ask yourself this. Who was whispering in Matthew's ear and guiding Beyoncé's every reaction behind the scenes? Exactly. And maybe music, just maybe, the real reason Farrah suddenly had to disappear was because Tina noticed the way Matthew looked at her. Because according to Farrah, Matthew absolutely crossed a line and made it clear he wanted more than just professional loyalty, and once that tension surfaced, her fate in the group may have already been sealed.
Fortunately, my manager happened to be Beyonce's father. Matthew Knowles, he propositioned me to invite me over to the hotel to meet and speak with him.
Did Matthew try to sleep with you, Farrah?
I haven't met too many people in my life who haven't liked me. I'll just put it like that.
Speaking of Farrah, she didn't hold back during an appearance on the Wendy Williams Experience, where she dropped a claim that stunned viewers. She alleged that while in Destiny's Child, the other members were pressured to tan music so they would appear noticeably darker than Beyoncé. Let that sink in. And when you start asking who would push for something like that, who would orchestrate an image so calculated, the answer, according to whispers, points right back to Tina, the alleged architect behind making sure Beyoncé always stood in a light no one else could touch.
Yeah, that's right. You don't talk about Tina Knowles. Because what she did to Farrah is totally separate from the look that she possesses. Gorgeous woman.
Thank you.
However, I understand that she wanted you to, she was trying to downplay your naturally stunning looks while you were in the group. Did she have you dye your hair, or she wanted you to dye it something other than the stunning black that it is?
Yeah, my hair was red when I was in the group, actually. And I was...
Clown red, like those Kelly red? What? Oh, see.
Yeah. My hair was red. I look a lot different than when I was in the group.
Damn sure do, because I don't even recognize you.
Yeah.
I know your name, but I don't know you.
This is how I would have looked naturally, but this is the group. That's how they wanted me to look.
What else would they do to ugly you up?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but I mean, I did have to tan a lot.
Tan a lot? Because they wanted Beyonce to be the lightest one?
I mean, Michelle, I, and Kelly tanned sometimes, so.
Wow. And Beyonce wouldn't tan?
Not unless we were at a beach.
Honey, I've seen receipts circulating that claim Tina would instruct the other girls to stand in the sun and deliberately darken their skin, while making it clear that Beyoncé was not to take part in any of it. And it doesn't stop there. Beyond allegedly encouraging the others to tan so Beyoncé would appear lighter by comparison, whispers say Tina avoided working with darker members altogether. For those unfamiliar, Ashley Tamar Davis was once connected to Destiny's Child, and a former vocal coach has gone on record alleging that Tina refused to work with her, describing her as, quote, dark, big, and ugly. During a conversation between the coach and Ashley, they were revisiting old Destiny's Child memories, music, when she admitted she sensed tension from her parents back then and felt something was off. That's when the coach revealed details about how she was pushed out. He hesitated at first, but when Ashley pressed him to continue because she truly wanted the truth, he finally spoke. And by the time he finished explaining that Tina allegedly wanted her gone, it was clear she may not have been prepared for what she was about to hear.
And Celestine had a color issue. So this is what she said. Coming back to my apartment to tell me that I had made the right decision. She told me that it was just as well. And this is a direct quote. Ashley is talented, but she is so big. She towers over the other girls, and she is too dark and ugly.
Another rumor shadowing Tina claims she allegedly pressured Kelly Rowland to chop off her hair because no one was supposed to have a feature that rivaled Beyoncé's shine. I say allegedly because pixie cuts were trending heavily at the time, so it's possible the decision was entirely Kelly's, yet there have been voices insisting She Music was pushed into it by Tina. Ironically, the pixie became iconic and worked beautifully in Kelly's favor, turning into one of her most memorable looks. Interviewers still bring up those sharp, cropped styles she wore during that era, and many fans argue there's no reason to complain because Kelly undeniably looks stunning with short hair. But if you step back and consider the possibility that the cut wasn't about fashion, but about making sure she never outshined Beyoncé, that changes the conversation entirely. And these are only fragments of the accusations painting Tina as a controlling narcissist. There are countless more stories circulating, and whispers suggest her former husbands have spoken privately about her manipulative tendencies. So what else lingers beneath the surface? What is it about Tina that unsettles you? Let your thoughts spill into the comments section, music below.